Have you ever wondered what it would be like to visit one of the most remote places on Earth, where beauty meets mystery, but climate change threatens its very existence? Welcome back to Eagle Discovery, where today we're diving into the hidden wonders of Tuvalu, an island nation like no other. With only 11,000 residents and less than 2,000 visitors each year, Tuvalu offers a unique glimpse into a world untouched by mass tourism. But beneath its stunning beaches and crystal-clear waters lies a story of resilience and survival against the rising tides. Join me as we explore why this little-known paradise is more than just a travel destination. It's a lesson in the power of community and the fight against climate change. Get ready to be inspired by Tuvalu's incredible journey. Number 15. Tuvalu is the least visited country in the world. Nestled in the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, Tuvalu is a place where peace and mystery blend seamlessly. With just about 10 square miles of land, this tiny island nation is home to a close-knit community of around 11,000 people, most of whom live in the capital, Funafuti. Getting here is no small feat. There's just one airport with only 2 flights a week, and the other islands can be reached by ferry. As the world's least visited country, Tuvalu welcomes only around 2,000 tourists each year, drawn to its sun-kissed beaches and sparkling waters. This nation is a collection of over 100 small coral islands, offering stretches of white sandy beaches, clear emerald waters, and picturesque coconut groves. In Tuvalu, you can truly escape into untouched nature and breathe in the fresh, clean air. The people here are known for their warmth and hospitality, eager to share their simple way of life. Whether it's traditional fishing, exploring the islands by boat, or enjoying local delicacies, you'll feel right at home. Tuvalu enjoys a tropical climate with steady temperatures, generally ranging between 82 and 86 degrees Fahrenheit. The weather is humid, with a significant amount of rainfall, and the dry season from May to October is the most comfortable. The ever-present trade winds help keep the heat in check, but with a high UV index, don't forget your sunscreen. Number 14. Climate change and the imminent submersion of Tuvalu. On May 17, 2024, during a visit to Tuvalu, United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres delivered a dire warning. This small island nation is facing an existential crisis due to the relentless rise of sea levels. With the highest point in Tuvalu barely reaching about 16 feet above sea level, the threat of submersion is very real. Tuvalu, a remote island nation with just over 11,000 residents, is perched in the middle of the vast Pacific Ocean. The future looks bleak for this unique culture, as it faces the heartbreaking reality of becoming the first country to vanish due to climate change. The sorrow of potentially losing an entire nation is a grave warning to the rest of humanity. The primary threat to Tuvalu's existence comes from rising sea levels. The island's highest elevation is only around 15 feet above sea level, and most of the land lies at an average of less than 7 feet above the ocean. Since 1993, sea levels have been rising at an alarming rate of about 1/5 of an inch each year. Reports from 2011 by the Australian government highlighted that Tuvalu's elevation ranges between just 3 to 13 feet above sea level, making it extremely vulnerable to flooding and erosion caused by ocean waves. With climate change accelerating the rise of sea levels, experts predict that Tuvalu could be completely submerged within a few decades. In August 2023, NASA's Sea Level Change Group reported that Tuvalu's average elevation is now only about 6.5 feet above sea level, with the surrounding ocean rising at 1.5 times the global average. By 2050, high tides are expected to inundate much of the country's land and vital infrastructure. According to a June 2023 report by The Guardian, estimates suggest that by 2100, high tides could flood as much as 9% of Tuvalu's islands, rendering them virtually uninhabitable. This looming disaster threatens every aspect of life for the Tuvaluans, forcing them to consider relocation to other islands while carrying their cultural heritage and memories of their homeland with them. Number 13. The island nation nicknamed the narrowest in the world. Tuvalu, one of the smallest and most isolated countries globally, holds a unique charm due to its striking narrowness. On average, this island nation stretches just over a mile wide, with its widest point barely exceeding 3 miles. This remarkable feature is a direct result of Tuvalu's geography. Its low-lying coral islands are surrounded by the vast, endless expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Despite its narrowness, Tuvalu offers a landscape that feels like a slice of paradise. Imagine pristine sandy beaches, crystal-clear turquoise waters, and lush tropical vegetation that create an idyllic setting. This peaceful, non-commercialized island nation is a haven for those seeking natural beauty, with breathtaking coral islands, serene lagoons, and a rich tapestry of cultural traditions that have been preserved for generations. However, Tuvalu's limited land area presents significant challenges. With such a small footprint, the country faces difficulties in urban development and population growth. The densely populated areas often struggle with housing shortages, limited infrastructure, and restricted economic opportunities. Every inch of land must be carefully managed, requiring thoughtful planning and sustainable resource use to support the well-being of Tuvalu's residents. The narrow geography of Tuvalu also complicates trade and transportation. With minimal road networks and a heavy reliance on maritime transport, connectivity between the islands and the rest of the world is limited. This reliance on imports makes Tuvalu particularly vulnerable to disruptions in the global supply chain, further highlighting the challenges of living in such an isolated and narrow environment. Number 12. Unusual economy and living costs. Tuvalu has faced significant economic challenges, but its government has shown creativity in finding revenue sources. In the 1990s, Tuvalu leased its international dialing codes, earning over $1.6 million annually, until public opposition ended the practice in 2000. The cost of living in Tuvalu, especially in Funafuti, is relatively modest, but not the cheapest. Renting a one-bedroom apartment in the city center costs around $246 per month, while utilities are only about $3.20 monthly. However, groceries and dining out can be expensive, with items like milk costing $14 per liter and a meal at an inexpensive restaurant around $36. Transportation is affordable, with a bus ticket costing 55 cents, but gasoline is pricey at $8 per liter. Internet service is also costly at $210 per month, and healthcare is notably expensive, with a basic doctor's visit costing nearly $5,000. Overall, the estimated monthly living cost for a single person, excluding rent, is around $576. Number 11. The beauty of Tuvaluan women. Tuvaluan women possess a captivating charm rooted in their Polynesian heritage, characterized by radiant skin, expressive eyes, and thick, glossy hair. Their curvy figures and distinct facial features reflect the rich cultural beauty of their island nation. Known for their warmth and hospitality, these women are deeply involved in their communities, participating in traditional activities like weaving, dancing, and community events. Despite their strong ties to family and community, Tuvaluan women face significant challenges due to the country's geographical isolation. The small population and remote location contribute to a deep sense of loneliness, making it difficult to form new relationships. While they are fluent in both Tuvaluan and English and actively pursue education, the limited social interactions and global visibility of Tuvalu amplify their sense of isolation, leaving them feeling disconnected from the wider world. Number 10. Peaceful and beautiful capital, Funafuti. Funafuti, the capital of Tuvalu, is a unique and bustling atoll with a peaceful atmosphere. Home to around 6,000 people, over half of the country's population, this narrow strip of land surrounds a large lagoon and stretches 3 to 15 miles long, but only 200 to 400 yards wide. Despite its small size, Funafuti is the vibrant administrative and cultural hub of Tuvalu. The capital's main road runs north to south, with the sea visible on both sides, and motorcycles are the primary mode of transportation. In the afternoons, the streets come alive with activity. Remarkably, the runway doubles as a soccer field, a place to dry clothes, and even a spot to sleep. Funafuti's compact size fosters a strong sense of community, making it easy for residents and tourists to move around and interact, creating a welcoming, family-friendly atmosphere. Number 9. Unique ecosystem and culture of Tuvalu. Tuvalu, a small Pacific island nation, is known for its vibrant and rare ecosystem. Its coral reefs and marine reserve near Funafuti are rich with marine life, including colorful fish, corals, and endangered green sea turtles. This natural beauty supports the local economy through fishing and ecotourism, offering activities like snorkeling, birdwatching, and exploring historical sites. Culturally, Tuvalu is a blend of Polynesian traditions and British influences. Traditional dances, such as the lepe and fatel, are central to community events and festivals, reflecting the island's heritage. Tuvaluan women are skilled in weaving and crafting, creating essential items like mats and fans from pandan leaves, which are important in daily life and ceremonies. Despite limited internet connectivity, the island offers visitors a unique opportunity to immerse themselves in local culture and connect with the close-knit community. Number 8. The History of Tuvalu. Tuvalu's history spans thousands of years, beginning with brave Polynesian navigators who settled on these remote islands, bringing their customs and knowledge. In the 15th century, European explorers arrived, and by the late 19th century, Tuvalu, then known as the Ellis Islands, became part of a British colony. Despite colonial rule, Tuvaluans preserved their unique culture. The nation gained independence in 1978 and has since faced environmental challenges like rising sea levels. Throughout its history, Tuvaluan society has centered on extended families, with women playing key roles in maintaining cultural traditions. Number 7. Tuvalu creating a digital nation. Tuvalu is taking a groundbreaking step to protect its heritage from climate change by creating a digital version of itself in the metaverse. This initiative aims to fully replicate the nation, including its smallest and most vulnerable island, digitally preserving its landscapes, monuments, and cultural traditions. Residents will have 3D avatars, enabling them to engage with their culture and language in this virtual space. However, accessing this digital nation may require relocation to areas with better internet infrastructure, posing new challenges. Tuvalu's project is an innovative way to preserve its cultural identity in the face of rising sea levels, but it also highlights issues of accessibility and infrastructure that need to be addressed. Number 6. Tuvalu is a place that makes you feel isolated from the rest of the world. Tuvalu's extreme remoteness creates a strong sense of isolation. Only the capital, Funafuti, has regular electricity, and communication is limited with pamphlets instead of newspapers, one radio station, and satellite TV by subscription only. There's no credit card service, and the single bank operates for a few hours on Thursdays and Fridays. Most locals live in small villages, focusing on agriculture and traditional fishing. While Tuvalu's isolation brings challenges like limited infrastructure, it also preserves rich cultural traditions and strong community bonds. The island's residents maintain a vibrant cultural life centered on music, dance, and sports, despite their geographical isolation. Tuvalu's isolation presents both difficulties and unique charms, making it a place deeply connected to its traditions and community. Number 5. Tuvalu is a resource-poor country. Most Tuvaluans are farmers living in small villages, focused on gardening and traditional fishing. The economy relies on foreign aid, stamp production, and fees from foreign fishing vessels. Classified as resource-poor by the UN, Tuvalu is highly vulnerable to climate change. Freshwater is scarce, with residents depending on rainwater and wells. In 2011, a severe water shortage led to a state of emergency. Despite poor soil and saline intrusion, locals grow coconuts, bananas, and taro, and raise pigs and goats, though most food and fuel are imported. Pig farms are located near the airport, where farmers feed their animals daily. Number 4. Historical abductions for slavery. In the late 19th century, Tuvalu endured the tragic blackbirding trade, where indigenous people were abducted for forced labor on plantations in Fiji and Australia. Sailors, often posing as priests, deceived or forcibly took many Tuvaluans, leading to severe impacts on the island. This brutal practice caused a significant population decline, particularly among the young, leading to labor shortages that hindered economic and social development. The traditional social structure was disrupted, leaving families and communities weakened. The fear of abduction instilled a lasting sense of insecurity within the community. The blackbirding trade was finally abolished around 1872, following the enactment of the British Pacific Islanders Protection Act. Number 3. Tuvalu is a peaceful island nation without a military. Tuvalu stands out as a nation that has chosen peace over military force. Without a military, Tuvalu invests in education, healthcare, and community development, focusing on improving the quality of life for its citizens. The country's security is managed by just 24 lightly armed police officers who maintain order and handle emergencies. Australia has pledged to protect Tuvalu, offering assurance in the event of any security threats. Additionally, Tuvalu maintains strong defense ties with both Australia and New Zealand, ensuring external support when needed. Tuvalu's decision to forego a military reflects its commitment to peace and progress. This approach highlights how a nation can prioritize social well-being and community over military expenditure, fostering a warm and welcoming environment. The peaceful spirit of the Tuvaluan people demonstrates how cooperation and harmony can be the foundation of a thriving society. Number 2. The easiest visa policy in the world. Tuvalu boasts the world's most liberal visa policy, allowing anyone from any country to visit without needing a visa in advance. Visitors can obtain a visa upon arrival, making it incredibly easy to explore this island nation. Unlike many other destinations, Tuvalu's visa-on-arrival system eliminates the need for cumbersome paperwork or pre-approval processes. This open-door policy encourages tourism and cultural exchange, welcoming travelers from around the globe to experience Tuvalu's unique beauty and hospitality. To visit, all you need is a passport valid for at least 6 months and a round-trip ticket. Upon arrival at Tuvalu's International Airport, you'll receive a visa that allows you to stay for 30 days, making it one of the simplest travel experiences in the world. Number 1. Tuvalu plans population relocation due to coastal erosion. Facing the severe threat of rising sea levels, Tuvalu, a small nation with about 11,000 residents, has considered relocating its entire population to New Zealand or Fiji. However, Australia has stepped in to offer support, pledging to protect Tuvalu from the devastating effects of climate change. Australia has agreed to accept 280 migrants from Tuvalu each year, boosting remittances sent back to the island nation. Additionally, Australia will fund land reclamation projects aimed at expanding the land area in the capital, Funafuti, by around 6%. Tuvaluan citizens will also be granted the opportunity to live, study, and work in Australia, providing them with access to education, healthcare, and financial support for their families. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps us out. Don't forget to check out the video that's popping up on your screen right now. I'm sure you'll love it. We'd love to hear from you, so drop a comment below and let us know which country you'd like us to explore next. Your support means the world to us. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.